grid. Coming up today, the Bentley boys get set for a new season, and we meet the fans at the 12 Hours of Sebring. We begin today's show with a trip to Bentley's Motorsport HQ in Cumbria, UK, as they prepare for the 2015 season.
In 2014, we followed a brand new GT3 car through the first year of the Blancpain Endurance Series, and for Bentley, objectives were reached.
Obviously, our debut season with the Bentley Continental GT3. We had two wins at Silverstone and at Paul Ricard, and finished second in the championship. So all in all, actually, very, very good season.
At M Sport, who look after the Bentley programme, all involved are working hard ahead of a new campaign.
The challenge with getting a road car to go racing is to get the thing to go around corners faster than a road car possibly could. At the front we have a splitter which directs air underneath the car. We've got a complete flat floor underneath the car so that the air has as little interruption as possible. The splitter generates a lot of the front downforce. At the rear, we've got the very large rear wing. The job of that is to obviously generate more downforce for the car and force it into the road. We also have the diffuser at the back here. The diffuser does basically the same job. Its job is to generate downforce to aid the cornering of the car.
This is the plain body shell, as you call it, is the start of the car from a road car point of view. And then what we clearly do, you can clearly see the roll cage tubing, which is added here for driver safety, but also gives a lot of torsional stiffness to the body shell, and which helps us actually make the car perform better. So it's quite an integral part of the car. It's a very integral part of the car. At the same side, we changed the transmission tunnel a little bit to accept the type, our layout of transmission. We use carbon fibre on the roof panels and all the rear fenders and front fenders and what have you, all aimed to help weight, but also to be part of the integral stiffness of the car.
Round 4 at Spa will be the big focus for Bentley in 2015.
The Spa 24 Hours is certainly our blue ribbon event, if you like. It's very, very important in the season, as you can score points at various points during the stage. I think it's 6 hours, 12 hours and 24 hours. That certainly hurt our championship because we didn't score the points that we wanted throughout the race. So we're realising that for this season we want to put more emphasis on Spa and making sure the car is absolutely 100% tuned in for that circuit. One of the car's strong points is it's very, very easy on its tyres. It likes the hot weather, but it doesn't like the cold weather so much in terms of grip. So over the longer stints, the car gets better and better and better. The downside of that is that if it's cold, we know we're not always the fastest car over one lap, but with the fastest car hopefully over 30 laps, and that's the approach we take.
Right from the season opener at Monza, the Blancpain Endurance field will be ultra competitive, but Bentley's ambitions are clear.
We're there to win. We know we've got a car that can win races. We don't underestimate the challenge. We know that the competition is strong, good teams, good drivers, great manufacturers, but we believe that the Bentley M Sport car is capable of taking that challenge and fighting for victories, and that's what we're going to be trying to do from the start of the season.
Formula One now as McLaren Honda's Fernando Alonso previews round 3, the Chinese Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso has won 2 of the 11 previous races in China. This time though he'll be aiming for a points finish as McLaren Honda continue to improve their speed and reliability at the Shanghai International Circuit.
Racing in China is nice because the people is so enthusiastic about Formula One. It's one of the new countries that discover Formula One. It's obviously a very nice weekend, and we try to make always our best.
But the track layout is a tough one for the drivers.
The circuit has a very unique corner, which is corner 1. That is one of the longest corners of the championship, and that requires a special setup. It's a corner that stresses a lot the left front tire, and also the right height. It changes during the corner a lot. There are so many different parameters in the car and so many different moments of the weekend that you cannot repeat the same line or you cannot repeat the same driving style throughout that type of corner. The straight in China obviously is one of the longest of the championship, or the longest, with some time to relax there even, because it's 12 or 13 seconds of straight, and probably the most difficult part is the braking point. You arrive at 335, 340, there is a very tight corner, about 60 kph, so it's a lot of deceleration there, and you need to make sure that everything is okay, and obviously it's one of the best places to overtake in the race and make some action. With the experience also of Jenson and me in China, will be a good weekend for us.
Next up, we head to Florida, USA for the opening race of the IndyCar season on the streets of St. Petersburg. Last year, Penske's Will Power won the season opener at St. Pete's and went on to win his first IndyCar title. New faces and new-looking cars mean a fresh challenge for the reigning champion, who began his title defense from pole.
Will Power, the black and white number 1, to driver's right, leading the field to the first green flag of the season. We're underway in St. Pete. That's Hunter Ray that overshoots. Powers led all in 2 laps of the 46 we've completed in the race. It's a Penske 1, 2, 3, 4, and a car off. Is that James Jakes in the 7?
It is.
Looks like there's been some contact between Simona Di Silvestro and James Jakes.
Let's look backwards now from James Jakes. That wasn't even close.
Here's Ray Hall looking inside. Turn 10, contact, and Kimball's around.
It's a full punch, yellow.
Here is the leader, the pole sitter, Will Power, who has dominated today. All 4 tires are on, and he's away.
There's Castroneves in the pit. By the way, behind them, Montoya got out ahead of Will Power. Watch as Will leaves the pits from the overhead shot, and you'll see Montoya just flash past him. Look left. There he goes. Juan Pablo Montoya coming to 2 laps to go.
Just keeping the distance consistent.
Again, getting the lead on the exchange of pit stops and fending off the challenge of Will Power. So here he comes to the white flag. And we enter the final lap of the season opening race for Montoya.
This is going to be tight right at the end.
Trouble in front of him. Kimball gets spun around, but he's well clear of Montoya. And here comes Juan Pablo to the final corner with the checkered flag ahead. His first win of the season and his 13th career in the Verizon IndyCar Series. Juan Pablo Montoya wins at St. Petersburg.
Good job, guys. Hell of a job. Hell of a job.
For the captain, Roger Penske, a trip to victory lane, and 4 of the first 5 finishers to start off this year. How about that drive for Montoya?
We stay in Florida and head to Sebring, where a week earlier over 100,000 race fans were enjoying a sports car carnival.
Winners and losers on track change every year at Sebring, but the perennial hardcore fans remain the same. And the 63rd edition of the 12-hour race was no different, for the raucous bunch that come for the event, but not just the race.
You come to Sebring and you have 125,000 people that are here just to be unique, right? That are here to do their own thing, to party, to have a good time, to watch cars. You have people that are dressed up as monks, people that are dressed up in cow outfits, people that are dressed up in a toga party, and they're just having a good time, and that's what it's all about.
Well, it's 3 days of party and 12 hours of a race, so that's what makes it so much fun.
My fraternity brothers and I have been having people here every year for about, since 1970, at least one of us has been here.
They look forward to it every year. They add stuff to their setups, their barbecues, and that's what they come for. My favorite races are the ones where you go to an event, and the fans are what make an event, not the racetrack.
The famous Turn 10 on the infield is where all the fan action happens. Often called the zoo, some fans haven't realised there's a race on.
I think it has to do with spring break, people get crazy, and I'm really glad they're here because they enjoy a great race and they have a great time, and so that's great for motorsports in general.
You get out to turn 10 on the infield there, certainly as it gets later in the race, you'll regularly see things on fire. You might be seeing quite a few sort of sleeping, half sort of comatose people, but there's also some big passion, really, really big passion for this big race.
You can go anywhere you want. You can go down there, listen to live music. You can go over there, listen to live music. And then the big freaking tent over there, have troops there. We're right here. We just have a blast.
You can't help but get the wafts of, you know, the sausages on the barbecues as you're driving around out there, and you know, it comes about dinner time and you're out there on the racetrack and everyone's got their barbecues going, there's smoke pouring across the track, and you finish the race and next thing there are like bonfires going off, people are burning their couches and stuff, and it's just crazy.
As the sun goes down and fatigued drivers continue fighting the Sebring track, the campfires are lit and the party is just starting for many race fans.
For most people, they come here for the party. There's a fantastic party going on the infield there. I don't know how many people are here, 100,000 maybe, and they all build these amazing camps, and they spend a lot of effort, time and money to make this a special week. When I think of Sebring, that's definitely the things that I think about.
We all love the whole atmosphere between the camaraderie of each other, the teams we root for, and just the race in general. You look around, you see the people partying, you see the cars and the parade floats that drive around. There's a lot of passion here about the event itself, beyond just the racing. It's one big party and you see those people year after year. And that's quite an experience. It really brings you in when you come a few years in a row and you start seeing that. For us, it really spoke to us and it pulls you in.
After the break, we visit the stately home of classic car racing and a state-of-the-art driver performance centre.